to our very first podcast, which we've called Botox. And it's named after Bo and the fact that we do a lot of Botox, obviously. And I'm Dr. Chris Ewart.
I'm Dr. Michael Tarakji.
And basically we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. Basically all obviously revolves around plastic surgery. But it's going to cover topics and questions that we get. And so we just want to start today with a general introduction of us and how this practice got started and how we got into plastic surgery. So let's start. So how did you get into, or why did you want to become a plastic surgeon, or how did that happen?
Really, growing up, I wanted to do multiple different things, like be a physical therapist or an athlete of some sort. But then I have a lot of medical influence in my family. My dad's a pediatric ophthalmologist, and I thought that's what I was going to do for the longest time until I got to my first year of general surgery training. And my aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer, so she had to have her breast removed, and she had reconstruction to recreate her breast, and I found that very interesting, and something that you could, we were able to restore something that was taken away from somebody that, when something like your breasts are taken away from you, that can be very traumatic, and so able to restore the breasts and restore, her confidence. I thought that was very intriguing, so I decided that's what I wanted to do. Plus plastic surgery is very artsy, very artistic, and a lot of creativity. So I like that creative aspect of surgery. So
yeah,
how did it come about for you?
Yeah, I mean that's a similar. A lot of the plastic surgeons I've talked to, have very similar responses to kind of how they got into it. I mean, it's either some sort of combination of having a relative or somebody close to them that needed some sort of reconstruction, or seeing that, even on TV, and then, but what drew me primarily was the artistic part of the plastic surgery. It's just something that is different than any other field. I personally did a lot of drawing and creative writing and different aspects growing up, and so it was kind of a perfect fit, just kind of combining something where you're helping somebody as well as being artsy at the same time. So you tried to be a tennis player though, and that didn't quite work out. You're pretty close. But.
I mean, I think a lot of us want to become athletes. Yeah, tennis was my hobby, and Dad was big on education, and he was like, "You need to study.
Yeah.
You can do tennis the rest of your life, but just maybe not as a career.
Right.
You need something, some stability." And
he knew early on that you weren't gonna make it.
He probably knew I was not gonna make it.
I
thought I was going to, but
yeah, I mean that's the thing. I was definitely going to be a professional golfer. I mean,
you were like a scratch golfer, weren't you?
Yeah. No, not really, but I was close. But there are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
The Augusta Plastic Surgery has been around for a long time. It started in I think it was early 1979. So it's 40 some odd years. And we moved here to this location on Furie's Ferry about 4 years ago. In fact, 4 years ago this month. And it's been such an amazing, awesome change, being where patients can just drive right up to the front door and don't have to go in the hospital and find their way around the parking place and up an elevator and take 3 lefts and then a right. So that's been one of the biggest aspects, but we also just created a spa-like comfortable atmosphere that people enjoy coming to, whether it is for still reconstruction or having cosmetic procedures. And you're doing a lot of you do a combination. I mean, you do a tremendous amount of cosmetics now, but also are still doing some reconstructive procedures, right?
Yeah, most of the reconstruction I'm doing is breast reconstruction for breast cancer, people with skin cancers that need reconstruction of a defect of their face or anywhere on their body. Also, things like breast reductions. So those are pretty much predominantly like the reconstructions that I'm doing. Even if you've had massive weight loss and you need an arm lift or a thigh lift, I'll do that as well. So I enjoy all that. I think it's got a lot of variety to it. So
yeah, and that's the great thing is we're basically operating from head to toe. So it's something where we want to present a lot of those things that we do over the course of our podcast. And so we'll touch on all aspects of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures and any interesting topics that y'all may think of. Someone asked me the other day, they said, my belly button was kind of off to the side. And I told him, yes, a lot of people have that. In fact, that's one of the things that only plastic surgeons know is that if you look straight down or if you draw a line from your sternal notch, which is right here at the bottom of your neck, to the basically right in between your legs, your belly button's going to be probably off to the left or right, just to let you know.
Yeah, I think only 1% of people actually have a perfectly centered belly button.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've read something like that before.
Anyway, stay tuned for amazing facts like that for the rest of our podcast.